Do the same thing. Boom. Hey team, in this video I'm going to give you a life-changing trick that's going to change your life every time you go out in the field. Let's get this thing to it. Hey, welcome to the channel, friends. As always, man, I'm stoked and pumped up to see you. So today I'm going to show you how to take a piece of paracord and make a dadgum bungee cord. Man, this is life-changing. I don't even care who you are or where you come from. And speaking of no matter who you are or where you come from, let's get a shout out from my sponsor who's bringing today this stinking video. All right, come on now. Right, so here we get going. So in my Alice pack, I don't have a rigs. I don't have enough room for rigs, but I do have my poncho, which serves as a emergency shelter, as well as just you know, a means to protect myself and my gear and rigs when we're out in some stinking weather. And I have it held together using what I call my paracord bungee cord. This thing is going to be live. As you can see, man, this thing is held on tight, right? Easy peasy there, and with just a quick release pulling on it, it comes right apart, right? Boom. Now I can get this thing set out and move off in whatever configuration I want to go at it with. Right, and so that's the beauty of this particular system, is regardless of what it is that I'm trying to take account for and keep bound up, I can just take my paracord around it and I can tighten this thing down as hard as I want to, and then get my other side going and do the exact same thing, right? Boom. Now I can take this, I can shove it in my pack, I can put it on the outside of my pack and can secure it however I want to or need to, and I know when I pull it out it's going to become just like this. Easy way to keep all your gear organized and secured, keep it from falling apart and flailing all over the place on you. And again, when you want to go ahead and release it, you just pull on it and boom, you're ready to go. So how do we make this thing? So we're going to start off with a piece of paracord. And I'm going to start off with one that's an arm's length. So now that we have all that, I'm going to start and I'm going to tie off an end of the line bowline. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to pull about 8 inches, right, about 1 hand's length here, and I'm going to make an end of the line bowline by taking and just making a loop as such, coming up, around the tree, back down into the hole, and then starting to dress it up, right? Now this end of the line bowline is actually going to be our toggle. It's what we're going to be able to pull on. It's our zipper pull, if you will, right? Now I can go ahead and get the rest of this thing going. Right, so now that I have my end of the line bowline and I have my end here, right? Still almost 1 arm's length away. You can make it shorter, but you can always cut off more, but you can't always add stuff onto it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie an arbor knot. And I'm going to use the end with the bowline as my working end. So as I go, so all you do is you just take that bowline and you bring it around and you tie an overhand knot. And now that bowline, normally we would have had an overhand knot on this, but now we have a bowline, right? So that when I go and I pull this down tight, it keeps secure, but when I want to release it, I just take my bowline and I make it loose. Boom. Right, so now that I have my bowline, all I have to do is tie an arbor knot. And to tie an arbor knot, all we do is we take our bowline. Now, normally we would have made just an overhand knot for our arbor knot, but because this makes it a lot easier to pull, that's why we use an end of the line bowline. So now I just take my bowline, I bring it around, and I tie an overhand knot. Now that bowline is going to keep it from coming apart. I can take the end that does not have a bowline and I can crank on this down as hard and as tight as I want to, and it's going to stay relatively tight and secure. And then I can take my other one that I have and I can bring it around and do the same thing. Boom. Now I can put it into my pack. I can pull it back out. It's going to stay relatively tight, relatively secure. And if I want to make it so that it will not come apart, all you do is you crank it down and put in a slip knot. And now it's not going to come any looser than what it was, right? See? I can make that loose and boom. And then when you want to go ahead and release it, you just, again, you take that bowline and you pull it nice and loose. And you don't have to release these all the way, because again, since I'm going to be putting it right back on the same piece of gear and equipment, every single time it's already pre-made. Right, but if I needed to use this piece of line for anything else around camp, I can do that as well, because it is not ultimately all that short. So hey man, I hope you enjoyed this little quick tip and trick about how to take a piece of paracord and make a dadgum bungee cord, something that you can reuse time and time and time again. If you did enjoy it, man, make sure you like it, smash it. You know what to do. Till then, keep grinding and you stay stoked.